All right, welcome back to Soul Spark Tarot. I'm your host, Mr. Renew, and we're going to get into the actual reading today, get some details about this Queen of Swords energy. I gave a lot of information in the YAP session. Then, when I was giving the overall message, I gave a nice long example, and it's really all about being versatile in your mindset. And your mindset is versatile in order to receive information, especially in ways that we're not privy towards. It sucks sometimes to get information that you need from a bitch ass person, but it's sometimes it's not very good to get information from a nice ass polite person. So being okay with however we're getting the information should be where we're at right now. So that is what this Queen of Swords energy is. You might be stubborn and reluctant to make the change, but you should make the change. You should make the change. So instead of rushing to make the change, rush to gather information on what you want to change, how you want to change it, why it should or why it should not, when it should, where is it changing. Become more of a team with yourself. So we're going to get three cards to help us understand this Queen of Swords, then clarifiers if we need it, and then I'm going to be out your hair for the day. All right. You know, I find it nice to always be able to talk about some of these things too because, you know, I like helping people. I don't like that energy again. There's just standards that people need to uphold themselves to, but they don't. And they don't understand, like, how it will influence their own lives. Like, I would not have any problem, like, hurting that person or, like, being rude back and disrespectful, whether that was verbally or physically. I would not have any issue with that. But the issue comes from with what I look like. And and the problem with that is, sorry. The problem with that is simple. I shouldn't give a fuck about how people treat me or not treat me, but I shouldn't give a fuck about what other people think. And it's crazy because I don't know who was watching me. But I'm assuming that there was one or two people who were like, wow, she's being so nasty and rude. I gotta believe that that is happening. Instead of everybody being like, look at the black dude causing problems. I have to understand that it doesn't really matter what people think. And I don't really care what people think. But that doesn't mean I'm not a human and doesn't influence me in a certain way. And I got to process that information and then, you know, move forward in life. I do that extremely well, man. And it just sucks when I feel so many emotions about it when I'm in the situation and I want to respond certain ways. But I stay mature. And I appreciate that this one moment is not going to determine many other moments. And I literally forgot all about it until, I mean, like, I didn't consider it at all yesterday. And then the day before is when it happened. And I literally tried to not think about it. That's why I instantly got it out and used it as a learning lesson for my client. It was like, hey, follow your intuition. It'll lead you to bad situations. Don't treat the situation as bad if your intuition told you no. Treat the situation as if your intuition is just trying to show you why you should listen to me. And that's it. Sounds like, okay, cool. Do you understand what that means? It's like, yeah, don't want to put yourself in that situation where it's like, damn, I wish I should have. Damn, I almost did that. Or, man, don't put yourself in that situation where you should have, could have, would have. Your second thoughts. Think about it and say, okay, I'm going to trust you. I'm going to just go this way. So I did. And again, it was instantly reconciled. It was instantly better. Felt better then. I got Jersey Mike's. Jersey Mike's was bomb as fuck. And again, I'm really realizing that it's all about how often you frequent things. And so if I didn't haven't eaten Jersey Mike's in a while, it was good. I had Panda like last week from another spot. So it's like, get out of here. I don't want this. And then the environment helps me solidify that. Again, it's just making their brand look bad. That's what we would say in the business world. But that's the cool part. That's the cool part. All right, let's get into this message. Give me one clarifier about this. Wheel of Fortune, absolutely. You can find gold with the coal. If you can find gold within rocks, that's the case. That's right there. I just got an email right now that it could possibly trigger me because I just hate being told shit when I'm already doing shit. Hey, go pick up the pencil. Bitch, I'm picking up the pencil. Like, sorry. But that's the kind of energy that be within me. It's super explosive. I know. I be chill, but I'm not. I got a I got a lot of Scorpio placements, so I'm deep. Motherfucking wells be running deep, and so just because I be looking cool, I be fuming sometimes. But because I got practice, being mad and still being cool, you know, sometimes that should just make it deeper. And so that's the energy. That's the energy. I just got that message. Um, but again, knowing that I have those messages, I think will bring me fortunes and bring you fortunes. So it's a matter of just valuing things, even if you would never appraise it that way. Again, you got to look to see why this person likes olives and why this person doesn't. Olives, don't hate on the olive. You just don't like the taste, and they do. So, it's little things. You can always find fortune in many other aspects. What else do we have here for the Queen of Swords? Knight of Pentacles. So there's going to be new opportunities headed to you. Ooh, new opportunities for a wonderful, wonderful new start to a foundation. This is you stepping into the world. I think you've been stepping into the world or new places, new spaces, and it's been happening for a while. And a lot of people say this is the slowest moving night. They don't slowly or slowest, those are adverbs, right? So people don't understand the words that they're using. With these adverbs, what they're talking about is this motion is being described as slow, but they're not telling you why this person moves slow. The reason why the Knight of Pentacles is moving slow is because the Knight of Pentacles is sowing seeds in every different aspect of life. This motherfucker is the busiest. This motherfucker is the hardest working. This motherfucker is doing everything. It's the manager who does it all. But he just moves from place to place being that manager. It's that entrepreneur who builds a business, sells it, moves to the next. Builds a business, sells it, moves to the next. It's the real estate agent where she goes off and she shows this house, shows this house, shows this house. She knows them all well enough. She strings them together. And now she got 4 blocks in the neighborhood, sold all under contract with her name. Then she moves to the next block. That is this energy. It's slow, but it's busy as fuck. That's why it's moving slow on the progressive end. But over here, nigga, everybody getting help. They're helping so many more people than the other nights. Because the other nights are moving fast. They're moving progressively quickly. Again, changing the words so I can change your mind, change your intelligence. This here is, again, abundance in helping people. So you've been helping a lot of people, but because you're now having the Wheel of Fortune opportunity, it's like there's going to be one way for you can help a lot of people. And I think that's why you're going to be open and receptive to all kinds of people, even the people who are bullshit, shitty ass, petty persons. Guess what? They need they need some love too. And one person's villain is another person's hero. Judgment. So we got two majors, bro, in between here with the emperor at the bottom. This is so clear as day to me that these are changes that's going to allow you to step into some kind of authoritative role in your own life. I think you're becoming a new authoritative figure in your own life, a person who can do it all, a person who is self-sustaining, a person who won't ever need any other person to actually help them, but you are the person who help others, including yourself. And this judgment call is you helping people by calling judgment on certain things. Because guess what? In the case of the Panda Express example, my power was remaining in my power. I didn't get outside of my scope. I'm a human. I responded the way I wanted to. I feel like if I would have been with friends, somebody would have stood up for me and be like, yo, chill the fuck out. All of those things I believe would have happened, but guess what? I had to accept how it happened. I got to accept what did occur, put the judgment on it. And I could deem that as something bad, but I don't. I deemed it as me finding so much more information about myself, being able to have experience to share with others. Now, that situation where that fucking little girl thought she was like being tough and talking shit and treating me like she wanted, she doesn't know that she was just a pebble, a centimeter into this whole entire distance. She doesn't know she was a pebble on the beach. She doesn't understand. And like, that is one of the things that my ego wanted to do. I wanted to like prove her wrong. Nope. But it would be nice. It would be nice. And I have my vision of like how I want to prove petty people wrong. Because I'm a nice, polite person who, I would love to just make their egos cry. But I don't want to do anything extra. So I got to work harder for myself to where if I ever get in situations like that again, I can just drive off and, and everything else will tell the story. You know, an example would be like if I was like super rich, I would be, if that would have happened and I was super rich, I would have went around and I would have gave some random people money inside of there. I would have gave their coworkers random money and said, because you are a nice professional person, I want to give you a tip. That's the kind of rich person I would be. I would want to do those because that simple treatment will be shown across her as a reflection of herself because I'm looking at what could reflect upon her. Same thing in the classroom. If I got a student acting up, one student not behaving, I'm going to give candy to everybody else. And I'm going to say, hey, you can share with that friend, but that your friend wasn't treating me nicely, but you were. So I'm going to give you candy because you treated me nicely. I'm not going to tell you you shouldn't share or you should, but I'm going to tell you that you're getting the candy because you did great. Not focusing on the idea of not calling judgment on her because, again, she didn't behave the way that I wanted her to or she should have just due to the setting. She's wrong twice. But I'm not going to make three wrongs in that situation. I'm just going to say, well, she's fucked up, but you didn't. Good job over here. Again, that's the Queen of Swords energy, being receptive to all aspects, being receptive to both sides of the coin. But then there's the third side, the coin in and of itself. So both sides to a nickel is different than both sides to a quarter, and that's different than both sides of a dollar or a half dollar or a golden dollar. These changes, they have to be determined, but they can only be determined if you receive them. So, when the Wheel of Fortune is presenting something to you, make sure that you're seeing it from all the intellectual aspects that you can. And it starts off with the fixed signs. You got to be stubborn. What don't I want to know? Then you got to be curious. Aquarius energy. What do I want to know? You got to be practical. This is your Leo energy. Go do what you see. And then you got to be receptive. Adjustments. Your Scorpio energy. You have to put all of these things together into a sword. This is the sword of truth. That's Excalibur. This is Thoth up here. Mine. But all of that can come in with this one sword right here. So, as we're taking the time to help people assess ourselves, help people while assess ourselves while we're helping people. As we're going through and helping all of the people, we're creating judgments upon any of the situations. Doesn't matter if you're man, woman, child, judgment will be cast upon you. Give me one for Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Wheel of Fortune. Here's your clarifiers for the Wheel of Fortune. Ooh, King of Pentacles energy coming back out. Ah, exactly. Nine of Swords at the bottom. So, with this, clarifying this, what this shows us is you are the king. You are this regal energy that everyone knows you that abundant motherfucker. Guess what? It's because you work hard. So it's not because you don't work hard. It's not because it was given to you. No matter how you're triggering people, you know what you put in and you know what you've been through. So when you are stepping into this Wheel of Fortune energy, what this is saying is that people are always going to challenge you just like that lady did, but she never has gone through or walked a foot in my shoes. Not a foot in my shoes, let alone walk a mile. So, because she hasn't even taken a step to even being like me, how can I expect her to even understand like me? She's stupid in that case. So, how do you treat stupid people? Well, you treat people who are stupid either like they're stupid, and so you change and you just understand that they're dumb, or you treat them like they're children and not stupid and just immature or unaware or unlearned. Damn, you need some education. Damn, you need some home training, is what we will say. You know? So it's really about understanding what you're working on, how you're working on, and how you can take those previous accomplishments, those previous winnings, those previous seasons of you fighting and defending yourself and all your trophies in the back. Those things, it's about now finding value for them. So I find value in that Panda Express interaction just as much as I find value in that Jersey Mike's interaction. Again, people are going to be fearful because of their own mindsets. But you can help ease people who want to be eased. And you can help inflame people who want to be inflamed. But none of it is your responsibility because you're focused on helping people, moving the chains. The judgment will be cast, and because you understand that, you move with the energy that you choose. And this energy that you choose is to continue to keep yourself in a regal form, even when you're receiving new information. Again, the information that will give you anxiety, it can be reformatted into a victory, into a skill set, and into abundance for the world. And you can package that up and create a nice little video like this to where hopefully you can help somebody. I don't even care if it's just two people. Again, two people, five people, 200 million. Somebody got helped. What's our final message? We got a few. So, transformation is the final message, but how are we transforming this final message? Here we go. I'm going to do it like this. So, we got Ace of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and the Star, right? Do it like this, just for the camera though. Um, these cards here, with the fact that we got the Ace of Wands, That shows us that we have a new spark. So you got a new idea, you got a new zest, you got new motivation. New motivation is to change how we present our emotions. So, in other words, figuring out new ways to not be triggered, and this is going to make you the star because you'll be able to pour emotions into emotional people or triggered persons, and you also be able to trigger or pour emotions into the non triggered people, non reactive persons. But what this tells us is that through all of these interactions, we're moving how we're sharing. You're treating people as they deserve to be treated, but you're treating people the way you want to decide to treat them. So, even if somebody would say that you got bullied or something like that, it is up to you to determine what that means for you. The interpretation of being bullied or being punked or being mistreated, those are subjective to you. So if you take the time to change what it means to have those things be a part of your life, then this Queen of Swords energy can cut it off or she can receive it. So I think what you're learning is how to receive yourself. I think what we're learning is how we can better conform to the ideas of what we want and how we respond, and then we can regroup and we can huddle back up and we can get a new strategy. And I think that's what this Wheel of Fortune card is really trying to say. You're taking the past, you're reviewing it, you're reflecting, you're finding new strategies, you're coming up with a new game plan, and then you're going to spread this game plan out to many places. And even if you get a hiccup like I did at the Panda, I didn't get the hiccup at the Jersey Mike's. I didn't get the hiccup at the store when I or at the Starbucks when I got some coffee. After I didn't have any of those same issues. So do not let one situation treat you as if it's all situations. That's the whole point. Pour that fucking water out. You can pour that cup out. And you can pour it into more emotions to help people. You can pour it into more earth so you can grow more things. But either way, you're not holding on to that information. You're not even transmuting that information. You're just receiving it and then dumping it out. Oh, this water just belongs over here. And that's what this Knight of Cups is. A lot of people say this cup was being spreading their energies all over the place. Kind of like the fire sign, King of Wands, spreading their seed all over the place. This is sharing emotions all over the place. Motivating people, inspiring people, triggering people. That's what this card is. But you find value in however you are spreading that emotion now. Doesn't matter which way you're doing it. You know you're confidently you. You know that you can receive and you can put new values on there. And you know that no matter what happens, the judgment will be called. So, with that being said, I hope that you don't judge yourself too harsh for responding in ways that you want to, or maybe you don't. But I hope that you understand that you are great. You're the master of your own self. And the reason why you're the master is because you're learning how to master yourself. So keep going. Be abundant in your ability to revalue things. And at the end of the day, be great. Peace.